episode 1287 back again along with Monkey B in the house. And we are doing, yes, we're gonna do our second one of the first game of Jeopardy for the 360.
Please welcome our contestants. Player 1. Player 2. Player 3. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Rivet.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories. Papa was a rolling stone. Rocks and minerals. Haydn. Pop diva turns movie star. By George, it's George.
Huh?
And which century? Player 1, make a selection, please, as we continue.
Pop diva turns movie star for 2.
2006, Beyonce Knowles in this musical. Okay, player 1.
Where's Dreamgirls?
That's right, way to go. We return to you,
Pop
player
diva
1.
turns movie star for 4.
1972, Diana Ross in this biopic. Here's what we wanted. Lady Sings the Blues.
Ah.
You again, player
Pop
1.
diva turns movie star 6.
2010, Christina Aguilera and Cher in this LA story. Player 1.
What is burlesque?
Yeah.
Pop
Player 1, back to you for our next
Pop diva
selection.
turns movie star 8.
1980, Dolly Parton in this workplace comedy. It's player 1.
What is 9 to 5?
Yes! Player 1,
1,000.
choose again. 1993, Janet Jackson in this urban drama. It's player 1.
What is Boys in the Hood?
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response?
Janet Jackson. Urban drama.
We're talking about poetic justice.
Ah.
Player 1, pick again.
Papa was a Rolling Stone for 200.
Marcia Hunt was the mom of his first child, Karis. He had daughter number 2, Jade, with Bianca. Okay, player 1.
Who was Mick Jagger?
You got it.
It's a little while to figure out what's
Player
Mick
1,
Jagger.
pick again.
400.
This guitarist originally named one daughter Dandelion. She goes by Angela these days. Okay, player 2.
Keith Richards.
Okay, let's get back into this. Player 2,
Same thing for
you make
6.
the next selection as we... This bassist wed Mandy Smith. After the two split, his son dated Mandy's mom. He could have been stepdad to his ex-stepmom.
Oh, wow. That's really a family mix-up.
Okay, player 2.
Bill Wayman.
Player 2,
She's in the
back to
lead.
you. Knock on this guitarist, Leah and Tyrone's dad, who joined the band in 1975. Here's the response we were looking for. Ronnie Wood.
Ah, knock on wood.
You get to pick again, player 2. Serafina's Pop. He began manning the drums for the Stones in 1963. Here's what we were looking for. Charlie Watts. You again, player 2. Joseph Haydn was born in 1732 in Rohrau, 25 miles east of this world capital, to which he moved in 1740. Okay, player 1.
Where's Prague?
Sorry, that's wrong.
Oh, that would make sense to
Anyone
me.
else want to hazard a guess on this? Player 2.
Vienna?
Good for you. Select again. Let me pump you up with info. Joseph was Haydn's middle name. This was his first name.
I don't know.
Here's what we wanted. Franz.
Oh, yeah, the Pump You
Select
Up
again.
sketch company from SNL.
Columbus reached South America for the first time.
Which century was it? Could have been the 10th century.
The correct response is the 15th.
Century. Oh, it's off by 5.
Player 2, you pick again, please. John Smith came to Virginia to help found the Jamestown colony.
12th? No, wait a minute. I would say the 16th century.
Here's what we wanted. The 17th.
Oh, off by 1.
You get to pick again, player 2. Jimmy?
Andrew Meikle invented the first threshing machine in this century.
Okay, player 1.
Was it 18th century?
Right. Player 1, start us.
When century 8?
The last emperor of China was forced to abdicate at the age of 6.
2nd century?
The correct response is the 20th.
Oh,
We return to you, player 1.
which it was the last century, now we're in the 21st.
The Magna Carta was signed, establishing a standard for the rule of law.
Oh. It's either the 10th or the 11th century.
Yes, player 3. Correct.
What's the 13th?
Player 3, make a selection, please, as we
Haydn for
continue.
6.
In 1781, Haydn befriended
Haydn.
this composer from Salzburg, 10 years before his all-too-premature death. Okay, player 2.
Long.
That's right, way to go.
Yeah, it's Mozart.
Okay, let's get back into this. Player 2, you make
Right,
the next
George, it's
selection as we,
George.
according to Parson Weems, this man was incapable of being mendacious. Okay, player 1.
Who was St. George?
No, that's not right.
Oh, was it the first president?
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this?
George Washington.
The correct response is George Washington. You get to pick again, player 2. This U.S. general who loved horses and studied at a cavalry school helped protect the Lipizaners in World War II. Yes, player one?
The only thing I could came up is George S. Patton.
Yes. Player one, where do we
By
start?
George is George for 600.
His command of the 7th Cavalry ended on June 25th, 1876.
Was it George Cornwell?
The correct response is George Custer.
Oh, yeah.
Player one, back to you for our
Yeah, he said George Custer. Custer's Last Stand.
next selection.
Okay.
In 1760, he became the last British monarch to be buried in Westminster Abbey. Here's what we were looking for. George II. You again,
Finish
player
the
one.
program.
This South American capital was once known as Stabroek. Let's hear it, player two. Sorry.
Oh.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this?
South American capital.
Here's the correct response. Georgetown.
Oh, yeah. Georgetown, of course.
Player one. Pick again.
What's a mineral for 2?
For its state mineral, Colorado chose rhodochrosite, which is a deep shade of this primary color. It's player one.
Oh, no. What's that?
You again, player one.
400.
This blackboard rock is formed when shale is subjected to immense heat and pressure.
Blackboard rock. It's not a chalk.
Player two.
It's a slate.
Player two. Start us.
Like.
Galena is the principal ore of this metallic element, symbol PB.
PB. That's iron.
Here's what we were looking for. Lead.
Oh, PB. Lead.
Player two. Back to you.
800.
Scoria, a dark glassy rock created from this, is heavier than pumice and has bigger holes. Here's the response we were looking for. Lava. Select again.
Well, it's a daily double.
Answer. It's the Daily Double. You're in second place, so what is your wager going to be? How much? Answer. On the Mohs scale, this mineral can be scratched by every other mineral.
It's a diamond.
Right.
Oh, Tux, I got it.
Player two, you pick again, please. Haydn's Farewell Symphony was written during this period in his work that translates into storm and stress. Player two.
Yeah!
Drumming.
Let's have a look at the $1,000 clue. Symphony number 94 is called this for its unexpected loud chord shortly after the soft beginning of the second movement. Here's what we wanted. The Surprise Symphony.
Ah.
Okay, we have player three in third place, which means that player three will go first in the Double Jeopardy round. We start the Double Jeopardy categories with this one. Roman art,
Okay.
U.S. history, SNL actors in the movies.
Ooh, this is gonna be a good one.
Insect invasion. In the dictionary. And religion. Player 3, start us.
Insect invasion 4.
Responsible for millions of cases of malaria each year, the Anopheles variety of this insect is one deadly bug. Player 1?
What's a mosquito?
Yes. A lot of clues, a lot of categories. Player 1, make a selection.
Insect invasion 4. No, it just said I was disconnected. Hang on a second, folks.
I won't worry about it. Just keep filming.
There you go. It's back online. Alright. 800.
300,000 people in Africa suffer from sleeping sickness, spread by the tsetse variety of this insect.
Tsetse.
Yes, player 1?
Man, that's a tick. Tsetse fly! Shoot.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this?
Why am I thinking a tick as a fly?
We're talking about the fly.
Fuck. That's okay.
There are 20,000 known species of these insects, including social, parasitic, and killer types.
Killer bee.
Let's hear it, player 1.
Did I just say killer bees?
You get to pick again, player
1600,
1.
please.
Puny nickname for various insects of the family Sciaridae.
Puny. Holiday.
Let's hear it, player 3.
Pig?
That's not it.
Don't pick me.
Any other takers?
Puny.
Let's hear it, player 1.
What's a gnat?
Yes. You
Sorry
get to
about
pick again,
puny.
player 1.
2000. Well, this is a good one.
The first of the 2 daily doubles. You are currently in the lead. Please enter your wager.
1000, please.
A clue. Of the 1 million species of insects, more than 300,000 are of this type, including the ladybug.
I'm thinking termites. What are termites?
You are still in first place.
Ants.
The correct response is beetles.
Okay.
You again, player 1.
SNL actors in the movies for 4.
Wayne Campbell.
Wayne Campbell.
Let's hear it, player 1.
Wayne. Wayne Campbell. Mike Myers or Dana Carvey? Oh, no. Who is Mike Myers?
That's it.
Wayne Campbell. Wayne Campbell plays by Mike Myers. Garth plays by Dana Carvey.
Player 1, back to you for our next selection.
You gotta like it. They are from Wayne's World, but they want the character.
I love that movie, Wayne's World.
They want the character who play. They want the actor who plays the character.
Already out, Garth.
Garth. Well, that was Dana Carvey.
Yeah, I know.
SNL actors for A.
Axel Foley.
So full.
Let's hear it, player 1.
You fool. You fool.
Axel Foley.
Axel Foley. Eddie Murphy.
That's it.
Thank you.
Please pick again, player 1.
Axel Foley.
Yeah.
Have I heard Eddie Murphy, you know, the Eddie Murphy soundboard?
Yeah.
You know what the prank calls? And sometimes they use the Axel Foley name.
Oh yeah. 1200.
Joliet Jake Blues. It's player one.
Jake Blues. It's either John Belushi or Dan Aykroyd. It's one of the Blues Brothers. Who is John Belushi?
Correct.
The great, the late and the
Player
great John
one.
Belushi.
Pick again.
16.
MacGruber. Yes, player one.
Oh, see the Will Forte or Bill Hader? Oh, wait a minute, who is Bill Hader?
Sorry, that's...
Will Forte!
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response?
It's Will Forte.
We're talking about Will Forte.
I know it!
Player one, choose again.
2000.
Mrs. Primat Conehead.
Ja-
Yes, player one.
No, wait a minute. The Primate, Miss Conehead. Jane Curtin or Gilda Radner? Who is in the Coneheads?
I'm not sure.
It's either Jane Curtin or Gilda Radner. That's only two, and that's a 50-50 between one of them. Because Jane... Hold on a second, folks. Jane Curtin... Wait a minute. Oh, I was thinking of the first one. Who is Jane Curtin? That's stuck in my gut. And I did.
Player one, pick again.
Okay, got those out of the way. U.S. history for 4.
On August 21st, 1959, it became our 50th state.
What is Hawaii?
Yes,
Or
player
Alaska,
one.
Alaska.
No, it is really Hawaii.
Yeah.
Alaska was a 49.
We return to...
And 1819 some on. Hawaii. Hawaii in 1959 became our last state.
You, player one.
800.
In 1963, he spoke of his dream that his children would one day not be judged by the color of their skin.
King Jr., Dad.
Let's hear it,
Who
player
is
one.
Dr. Martin Luther King
That's correct.
Jr.
Player one, you pick
12.
again. It's the period from 1920 to 1933 when alcoholic beverages were illegal. Okay, player one.
What is
Oh,
prohibition?
you're right.
There you go.
You get to pick again,
16,
player one.
please.
All right, here with the clue is Jimmy.
This U.S. company introduced the first TV dinner in 1954.
Player one.
What is Swanson?
Oh, you're right.
Got it! Swanson TV dinner in
Please
1954.
pick again, player one.
Finish
Stephen
up.
Douglas proposed the act that repealed the Missouri Compromise and created Kansas and this territory. Player one.
What's next to Kansas? Oklahoma?
Sorry.
Nebraska.
Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this?
That's why I was thinking Nebraska and the... No, I didn't think of Nebraska. I was thinking Oklahoma.
Player two. That is correct.
Now it's Nebraska.
Player two, make a selection, please, as we continue. Here's Sarah. She'll show you.
When a piece of ice detaches from an iceberg, the iceberg is said to be doing this. The same word describes the act of a cow giving birth.
It's player one.
What is Calvin?
Yes!
Don't give me.
Player 1,
That
you're in
was that
command of
one.
the board as we
And
continue.
it's
And the 26th president knew that an arctophile loves these cuddly items.
Teddy.
Yes, player 1?
Roosevelt Wall Teddy Bears.
Yeah!
Theodore Teddy
Player 1,
Roosevelt.
back to you for our next
26th
selection.
president.
You might promenade along this flat stretch near the shore that also ends in N-A-D-E.
Oh, wow.
Yes, player 3? Correct. On the plus side
Esplanade.
again. Player 3, you start. Someone who housels you administers this and is probably a priest.
It's not a rabbi.
What is for Lord?
Here's the correct response. Communion.
A communion. Huh.
Yeah, I have to do. Yeah, I'm not convinced.
You get to pick again, player 3. From the Greek for scraped again, it's a type of paper used for medieval manuscripts.
Oh, what's that called?
Here's the correct response. Palimpsest.
That.
Player 3, you pick again, please.
Religion for 4.
People of this religion called Christians and Jews, their fellow monotheists, al-Kitab, people of the book.
Let's
Let's hear it, player 1.
Islam.
Yeah!
So
Player
we
one,
can get this
starts.
category out. Religion for 8.
One of 3 major branches of Christianity. It originated in a 16th century Reformation. Here's the correct response. Protestantism.
Aye.
You again, player 1.
12.
This term for a Jewish house of worship comes from the Greek for meeting.
What is a synagogue?
Okay, player 1. That's correct.
That's the one.
Please pick again, player
16.
1. Begin this act, part of penance, by saying, "Bless me, Father, for I have sinned." Then spill the beans.
Forgive me, Father.
Yes, player 1.
Forgive me,
Well, it's
Father,
confessing.
I have done.
Now let's forgive me, Father. I have a sin.
Player 1, choose again.
It's a confessing me, son. What? What's the problem? Yeah, I think I ate too much.
Yeah, now Brian's the bar. Brian's about. I forgot about the West.
Yeah, I ate too much, and later on, it's gonna go right down.
Zen, a branch
Now
of
we know
this
what a final
Asian
daily double
religion,
is.
aims for satori, or enlightenment.
Zen.
It's player 1.
Zen. Taoism.
Sorry, that's...
Centrism.
Anyone else care to try to
Jeez.
come up with a correct response?
It's not Taoist, the other one. Asian religion.
The correct response is Buddhism.
Oh. I was wrong on both ends.
Player 1. Pick again.
Woman up for 2,000. And that's the final daily double.
Answer. The other daily double. And you have the lead. Please enter your wager.
200.
Here is your daily double clue. Legend has it that Mark Antony's wife stabbed this orator's tongue after his death.
What is Cicero?
That puts you even further ahead.
That's
We
a
return to you,
wager.
player 1.
Woman up 4.
Let's get Kelly's assistance on this clue.
This giant amphitheater was one of the great achievements of Roman art.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Let's hear it, player 1.
What's a Roman Coliseum?
Player 1, back
Hey.
to you. Carved in Rome, the Pietà is the only work signed by this sculptor.
I don't think that's Leonardo da Vinci.
Yes, player 3.
Michelangelo.
Player 3, where do we start?
That's Michelangelo, Raphael, Donatello,
Are you thinking Teenage Mutant
Leonardo.
Ninja Turtles all of a sudden?
What?
You thinking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles all of a sudden?
Yeah. Woman are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Go back to where they had the art and then they become the turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Turtle power?
Have you ever thought of the woman artists as turtles? Can you ever thought of that?
Probably not in this fantasy world. Not this world.
Okay. Woman art
In Rome's Cerasi Chapel is Caravaggio's painting of the conversion of this saint.
John Paul II.
The correct response is Paul.
Oh, it says Paul. Wow.
And we'll wrap up the board with this clue.
Bye.
A fresco by Raphael shows Pope Leo I pleading with this ruthless barbarian to spare Rome.
Where's Donatello?
Okay, player 3.
Taylor. Hi, Taylor the Hun.
Looks like you'll all be moving on to Final Jeopardy after this break. Here's today's Final Jeopardy category. Musical history.
Oh my God.
What are you going to wait?
23.
Here you are, players, the Final Jeopardy clue. It's the nursery rhyme that inspired the title of a famous musical based on a 1913 George Bernard Shaw work.
What is London Bridge? Like, I have to think of that.
What did you put as your response?
London Bridge?
And this correct response will
Are you
add to
kidding?
your score.
Wow.
Did you come up with the correct response?
Humpty Dumpty?
And that will lose you.
1500.
And your response?
London Bridge.
With that correct response,
1200.
you will gain.
To an even $12,000.
Congratulations, player 1. You are our new champion.
Yes.
We'll see you next time.
That's. Guess that's how you win on Jeopardy. And even first game, $12,000. Oh, not bad. Well, that. Well, there you have it. First game of Jeopardy for the 360 was a win. So what's going to happen on game 2? All I can say is just tune in to find out. I like to spank Mikey. Spank Mikey.
You know, a turnover.
Alright.
Pow, pow, pow.
I like to thank Mikey for helping out and being a part of it.
Yeah, I thought.
We like to thank you for watching Jeopardy. Coming up next, another game so first. Wheel of Fortune, second edition for the DOS box. See you all there for that.